Okay, thank you, Preethi.
Hare Krishna. Shall we start with our prayers?
Yeah.
Yes. All of you unmute. Then all of us will recite prayers at the same time. Can you all unmute, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Tharva, Meera, Deepak, and Kaushiki, Vaishnavi, Ramachandra, Balvrinda. All of you unmute and then we will recite the prayers.
Okay.
2, 1. Om
Om
Gyana
Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuramitam Yenam Tasmai
Namo
Namo Vishnupadaya
Srimate
Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine
Namaste Saraswate Devi
Bhavani Pracharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hare Hare. Very good. Just give me a minute. Okay, I cannot close that. Okay, so we have been practicing this verse, right? Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Verse 10. So I think by now all of you are very much familiar with this verse, right? Is there anyone new today? Yes. Okay, so all of you know it. So Tulasi has raised hand. Tulasi, can you go ahead?
Prayanalpayusha sabhya kalavasmin yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hyupatritaha. Thank you,
Very
Mataji.
good.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Tulasi. Balavrinda, can you recite?
Prayena alpayusha sabhya kalasya jana tasumanda mazaya mandabhagya padrita.
Thank you. Very nice. Ramachandra, can you recite?
Yes, Mataji. Prayena alpayusha sabhya kalavasmin yuge jana mandaha samanda matayo mandabhagya padritaha.
Very good. Sanskriti?
Prayenalpayusha sabhya kalavasmin yuge janam manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hupadrita.
Very good. Okay, Atharva, do you want to recite?
Yes, Mataji. Prayena Payusha Sabhya Kalav Asmin Yuge Jana Mandaha Samanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Hi Upadritaha. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Very
Krishna.
good. Thank you. Okay, let me see the names. Who else has joined? Ojasi, can you recite?
Yes, Mataji. Prayena Payusha Sabhya Kalavasmin Yuge Janaha Mandaha Sumandamatayo Manda Bhagya Hi Upadritaha. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Radha, can you recite? Are you new, Radha, to the class?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice to see you on video. Have you joined today or just recently?
Just recently, like
Last week?
a few days.
No, I'm Rai Prahlad.
Okay. Yes, Raya Prahlad, I'm going to give you after her, okay? I saw you're on camera. Okay, so Radha, do you know this verse? Are you aware of this verse that we recite every day? Okay, would
No.
you like to recite it after me?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so this is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, verse number 10. In every class, we recite one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. And by doing that, we slowly memorize that verse. And these are one of the important verses of Bhagavatam. Okay, so you can repeat. Prayenalpayusha sabhya. You can see this in Prayenalpa Yusha sabhya
Sabhya
Kalavasmin
Kalavasmin
Yuge Janaha
Yuge Janaha
Manda Sumanda
Manda Sumanda
Matayo
Matayo
Mandabhagya
Mandabhagya
Yupatrutaha
Yupadrutaha.
Taha. Very good, very good. Slowly you will get it even faster. So what you can do is, when others are reciting, on mute, you can try to recite it along with them. Okay, so maybe you like by practicing like this, you will be able to recite it faster. Okay, and every day we are going to do it, so don't worry, just take it easy. Which grade you are in, Radha? And where are you from?
I'm right now in Canada, but I'm born in India,
Okay.
and I am in grade 3.
Okay, so nice to have you. Welcome to Govinda's class. I'm hoping to see you every day. Thank you for joining. Okay, Rai Prahlad, can you recite?
Mataji, she's in the group. Can I ask that?
Are you in the group, Radha? Is your mom in the group, Govinda's class group?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Radha.
Hi,
So,
girl.
so you're going to have all these wonderful friends every day with you joining the class. Yes. So Rai Prahlad, can you recite?
Yes, Mataji, the sloka, the translation.
Shloka.
Prayanalpayusha sabhya kalavasmin yuge janaha mandaha sumandamatayo mandabhagya huyupadritaha.
Very good. Advait, can you recite?
Prayanalpayusha sabhya kalavasmin yuge jana mandasmandamatayo mandabhagya yupadrita. Thank you, Mataji.
Very good. Mukund, can you recite?
Yes, Mataji. Prayanalpaya sasabhya kalavasmin yuge jana mandasu mandamatayo mandabhagya hyupadruta.
Very
Thank
good.
you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Meera, who is Meera? Would you like to recite? Vaishnavi. Is that Jagdish? Suraj? Any one of you would like to recite? Vikram?
Mataji, Suraj will do. No.
Yes. Go ahead.
Prayanalpayusha sabhya kalovnas asmin yuge jana mandasu mandamatayo mandabhagyo upadrita.
Very good. Very good, Suraj.
Now let me sleep.
Okay. Anyone else would like to recite? Okay, now who would like to read the translation? Meera, would you like to read the translation? Or Vikram?
Mataji, did you call Vrnda name?
Meera, I called because they are not on camera. I don't recall Meera actually. Who is Shiba's phone?
Meera is a Damodar kid, Mataji, very small.
Oh, okay. And how about Vikram Kashi?
Mataji, it's actually me, Isha.
Huh?
It's me, Isha.
Isha, where? Which name are you at?
I'm just
Oh,
changing my name.
Oh, okay. Do you want to read the translation?
Yes, Mataji.
Go ahead.
Learned one in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have been short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed.
Yes.
Mataji, can I say the sloka? I didn't get to.
Oh, yeah. Who's that? Krishna
It's
name?
me. Yeah.
Who's that?
It's me, Krishnanena Mataji.
Yes. Have you written your name in different language?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry, I missed you.
Nayena palusa sapya kalavasmin yugajana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hi upatrataha. Thank you,
Thank
Mataji. Hare
you. Thank you. Yes, like Krishna, if I have missed anyone, please call out your name, okay? Because it happens sometimes I miss someone. So don't feel that bad or anything. Just let me know. Nothing wrong. Okay? Okay, thank you for reciting the verse. You all are reciting very nicely. Now we will see the next incarnation of the Lord. We have been looking into the incarnations of the Lord, right? And why are we looking into that? Anyone knows that? So we are in Canto 2 now. Sorry,
Because second
Canto 1,
canto
Chapter
has
2.
it.
Huh?
Because second canto has it.
Yes, second canto has it. We are in Canto 2 now. As you all know, we have been reading Srimad Bhagavatam from beginning. And now we are in Canto 2. And in Canto 2, at one point, Narada Muni is asking questions to Lord Brahma. Who is Lord Brahma to Narada Muni?
His
Father.
father, Mataji.
Yes, so he's asking him questions about the Lord, his qualities, and now Lord Brahma is answering and talking to him about the different incarnations of the Lord. Why Lord appeared in this certain incarnation with, and what was his purpose. And that's why we are looking into this incarnation. So you understood the flow now? Where we are?
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So now we are looking into Lord Dhanvantari. So which festival comes to your mind when we hear the name of Lord Dhanvantari?
Dasara.
Okay.
Dhanteras. Diwali.
Huh?
Diwali.
Yes, in Diwali, which is that day, somebody said it, I think.
Dhanteras.
Yes, Dhanteras. Yes, very good. So it's mentioned here, Diwali has how many days? Like 5-day celebration, right? Starts with Dhanteras. Dhanteras is the first day. And out of this, many people worship Mother Lakshmi and seek her blessings on Dhanteras, especially in form of wealth. Because the word Dhana means wealth. Dhanteras, Dhana means wealth. This makes them think that Dhanteras is only for worshipping Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, but that is not a complete understanding. Dhanteras or Dhanatrayodashi is also the day when Lord Dhanvantari appeared. Okay, this is why it is also known as Dhanvantari Trayodashi, which is the 13th lunar day of Krishna Paksha. 13th day, that's why it's Trayodashi. Like we say, Ekadashi is 11th day, right? Dwadashi, 12th day. So this comes on 13th day. Dhanvantari Trayodashi or Dhanatrayodashi. So Lord Dhanvantari is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu who appeared. So we know that pastime of churning of the milk ocean, right? Who are all aware of that pastime? That Lord Dhanvantari appeared in that
I know, Mataji.
pastime, right? And
Yes.
who later also gave the knowledge of medical science known as Ayurveda to mankind billions of years ago. So he appeared during the churning of the ocean, and then he also gave the knowledge of medical science, that is Ayurveda, to mankind. So that means he appeared twice. Okay, that we will see. So first he appeared during this pastime. So what happened before the pastime? That the great leader of the demigods, Indra, was riding on his elephant. What is his elephant's name?
Aravata.
Airavata. And then he came across Durvasa Muni. So Lord Indra was riding on his elephant Airavat, and Durvasa Muni, he came across Durvasa Muni. Seeing the great demigod, Durvasa offered him a special garland. You can see in this picture, he's offering him a garland. Then Indra accepted it and put it on the trunk of the elephant. And what elephant did? He threw the garland to the floor. And then Durvasa Muni got angry. He explained that the garland was the dwelling of Shri and was therefore to be treated as prasad, right? So he cursed Indra, because Durvasa Muni gets so angry, he always curses after that, right? So he cursed Indra that all the demigods, they will lose their strength, energy, and all the fortune. So what happens after that curse? As a result, in the battle, the demigods were defeated and demons, they won the battle, right? Headed by Bali, they got the control of the whole universe. So now who is controlling the universe? Demons, not the demigods, because of that curse, because they were defeated. So whenever demigods need help, whom they go to always? They go
Brahma.
to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu, he instructed them. So he told them that you make an alliance with demons, and all of you together churn the ocean, and then you can share it amongst yourself. But actually, what was the arrangement of Lord Vishnu? He had told demigods that he would arrange the situation such that only the demigods will be able to obtain the nectar. That's how Lord Vishnu was going to arrange the situation. And then they all started doing it. Then all kinds of herbs were cast into the milk ocean using the Mandara mountain as the churning rod. As you can see here, this is the Mandara mountain that was used as a churning rod. And Vasuki, the snake, was the core. And they started to churn the ocean. It was so difficult and tiring that Lord Vishnu himself had to involve himself in so many ways to help the demigods. How he was involved? He was present as Lord Ajita on the side of demigods. He was there as Lord Kurma, who supported the great Mandara, as you can see here. And Lord Vishnu himself sat atop the mountain. One second, somebody has unmuted. Yeah. And Lord Vishnu himself is sitting on top here to empower the demigods and Serpent Vasuki with energy, infusing the demigods and the Serpent Vasuki with energy. And then many great beings and objects were produced from the ocean, and they were accepted by various demigods as offerings. Even Lakshmi Devi appeared, and Vishnu and her were reunited as husband and wife after being separated for many ages. So many great beings and objects were actually produced from the ocean. And then as they continued to continue churning, a wonderful male person appeared. So you can see the description which is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam of that personality. He was strongly built. His arms were very long, stout, and strong. His eyes were reddish, and his complexion was black. He was very young. He was garlanded with flowers, and his entire body was fully decorated with various ornaments. Lord Dhanvantari was dressed in yellow garments and wore brightly polished earrings made of pearls. The tips of his hair were anointed with oil, and his chest was very broad. His body had all good features, and he was stout and strong as a lion. In his hand, he carried a jug of nectar. So Lord Dhanvantari appeared with a jug of nectar in his hand. And that was the nectar, right? They were both churning the ocean for. So the demons stole the jug of nectar, and then what happened, we know that Lord Vishnu appeared as Mohini, a beautiful woman who fascinated the demons, and he took back the nectar from them. And then who got the nectar? Demigods. They drank it, and they got back their energy. So after that, demigods fought the demons, and they were victorious. And then they worshipped Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi and resumed their positions in the heavens. So this is one pastime of Lord Dhanvantari. How he appeared, what was his purpose? So what was the purpose of Lord Dhanvantari when he appeared in the milk ocean as a result of journey? What was the purpose?
Nectar.
What we
the
have?
The nectar. The nectar.
He came with the nectar, and then yes, Radha, go ahead.
So he came there to give the nectar to the demigods.
Yes. So Lord Vishnu incarnation, right? So he wanted to help his devotees, demigods who asked for his help. So he came as Dhanvantari and gave him got the nectar, and the demigods got it. Also, he helped them as a Mohini avatar, right? And then he gave the nectar to demigods. Now he appeared second time, Lord Dhanvantari. How? He appeared around 2 billion years ago. And Lord Vishnu had already told that during the time of churning that I would appear again in the human society and be offered sacrifices and worshipped by human beings. And he would also teach them the science of Ayurveda. So that time Dhanvantari was residing in the heavens, and Lord Indra, seeing the misery of human beings afflicted by disease on the earth, so there were many diseases going on, so Lord Indra actually requested Dhanvantari to teach Ayurveda to the human race. So there is a story that the king, that time King Dirghatamas of Kashi was performing penances because he was desiring a son. So he decided to please Lord Dhanvantari for the sake of a son. So he, after performing penances, Dhanvantari appeared to him, and then he said, okay, you choose a boon. So what he asked, the king said, if you're pleased with me, be my son. That's the benediction he asks. And the Lord says, okay, so be it. And he vanished. So are you all with me so far with the story? Yes?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
And then Lord Dhanvantari then appeared in that royal household of Kashi, and he performed severe austerities. Then Lord Brahma, with great difficulty, persuaded him to accept lordship over the city of Kashi. And since then he became the king of the Kashi, that place Kashi. And then he prepared the Samhitas on Ayurveda, like he gave the knowledge in 8 divisions for the benefit of humanity on Ayurveda. Okay. And as you can see, his teachings are recorded in these scriptures, Agni Purana, and the teachings of his disciple Sushruta. And what Srimad Bhagavatam says, one who remembers the name of Dhanvantari can be released from all diseases. Okay, so this is another pastime of the Lord Dhanvantari, where he again appeared and gave this knowledge of Ayurveda. So what we do on Dhanteras day, at dusk, a lamp pointing towards the north by northeast is lit at the doorstep of the house to welcome Lord Dhanvantari. You can see here. Devotees seek Lord's blessings on this day for good health, prosperity, and happiness in life. Lord Dhanvantari destroys negativity and gives all auspiciousness to his devotees. Okay, so these two pastimes are about Lord Dhanvantari. First is related to this churning of milk ocean, and another one how he appears as the son of that king and gives the knowledge on Ayurveda. Now there is another incarnation of the Lord Parasurama. Anyone knows this pastime? Isha, you know?
Yes, Mataji.
Do you want to share anything?
Yes,
Go ahead.
Mataji.
Go ahead. Just one or two something.
Lord Parasurama was like he lived in with a Brahmana, but he still wanted to be he wanted to fight. No, he didn't want to, but he had to fight, and he fighted, and some people joined him, and he went to I think Shivji and practiced training his skills, and he killed the kings. Some kings.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Krishna Naina. Thank you, Isha.
Mataji, I learned the sloka to the Dashartha Stotram. I learned it for Lord Parashurama too, like the sixth one.
Oh, nice. So you know that?
Yeah.
You want to recite?
Okay, Mataji. Kshatriya rudiramaye jagata apakata papam snapayasi payasi samita bhavatapam Keshavadrita Brigupati Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Thank you,
Very
Mataji.
good. Thank you. Very good. So there is the Shauta Sutra, and in that there is a prayer for Lord Parshuram in that. Okay. Thank you, Krishna Naina. So this is a little bit about Lord Parshuram. So like we all know, political disputes are common in today's world, right? What all is going on? So many bad things are going on because of the political issues, war and everything. So it is not just happening now, it was common even during the time of Sri Parshuram. And what was happening, the kings, they were being very proud of their strength and their power. So they were going against the sages. Actually, the sages usually guide them in the government. Like usually kings are meant to take shelter of the brahmanas and sages so that they get guided by them. But that was not the case that time. The kings were against the sages. So kings had offended the devotees of the Lord, and they were deviated from the path of righteousness and care of the citizens. So they had to be punished. So that was the mission for Sri Parshuram. Okay. So he developed a keen interest in also archery, although he was born in the family of learned Brahmanas, because he knew he would battle the warriors who opposed the sages. Okay, so how he killed those kings? Let's see that. So once tired while hunting in the forest, one king visited the hermitage of Parshuram's father. Okay, so although he's a Brahmana, he knew that the king was against him or did not respect him that much. He actually cordially received him and fed the king and his attendants. Then
I
king
know
was
the
also,
story.
huh?
I know the story, Mataji.
You know it, yes. Krishnalena knows mostly all the stories. Yes. So king was surprised how this person is not, he's a Brahmin and how he's receiving me so nicely. And then he discovered that he had this wish fulfilling cow, Kamdenu. And that's why that cow can produce anything. And that's how he could welcome him so nicely. and offer him so many things. So the king got jealous. He wanted to have that cow. And then he asked for that cow. He said, surrender the cow to me. But then Brahmana knew that the king would exploit the cow. So he denied that. Then king's soldiers captured the cow and they dragged her away. So you see, king offended the Brahmana, right? And also the cow, because she was taken by them forcibly. So to punish the cow and to punish the king, and reclaim the cow, Parshuram charged toward the king's palace. And then he defeated them. How? See, with the spear of mind, that scriptures say, Lord Parshuram chopped his way through the huge army. The king aimed many arrows at Parshuram, but before he could release them, Parshuram sliced them to pieces. He defeated them. And then actually this incident displeased his father. However, he advocated forgiveness. Parshuram, however, preferred to fight to establish justice. Okay, so here, what is the lesson? Why Parshuram actually killed the kings? Because according to Vedic principles, when personally insulted, a devotee does not retaliate. Devotee does not mind if somebody is insulting himself, but if someone offends God, the scriptures, the sages, women, cows, or old or weak persons, then the devotee must defend them and subdue the offender as an act of justice. So this is what Lord Parshuram did here, as you can see, right? So because the devotees of the Lord were offended, he had to take that action. So I think it's time. This was a little bit about Lord Parshuram. I think it's 7:50. So you all have, I think, Sanskrit class today, Mataji?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I think Preethi Mataji has joined.
Yes.
Okay, Mataji. So you all can join your Sanskrit class and I will see you all next Tuesday. Okay?
Thank you, Vrnda.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you,
Vaishnavi ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, please take over.
Thank you, Mataji, for such a lovely class on 2 different incarnations. It was very nice, especially to know so much about Dhanvantari that we've not heard much about. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So on popular demand, we are moving on to different kinds of eatables, foodstuffs. Okay. So I know a lot of you asked last time after fruits, you wanted to do. What's that? What's that, Krishna Nayana?
I seen a Telugu word on here. That's it.
You saw Telugu word.
Two
Telugu word.
Word. You saw Telugu word. Very
first
good.
one and the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so let's start off. Yeah, so we are going to also see a lot of these words resonate with your native languages. So first, let's see the Sanskrit word for foodstuff, for food, okay, in general. So aharam, have you heard of this before?
Yes.
Ahar?
Yes, Mataji. It's in Telugu too.
In Telugu too. In Hindi, have you heard of ahar?
I didn't.
Mataji, I think it's like, I don't know how to describe, like ahar.
Ahar. So have you heard of falar? Falhari?
Yes.
What is falhari? So anyone
I
knows?
think it's like fruits.
So when do you eat falari food? Any clues?
Mataji, actually the word that I thought was abhar, not ahar.
What is it? Abhar?
Yeah, Mataji, I was thinking that this word is abhar. I was remembering the meaning of the word abhar.
Abbas. Okay. So anyway, let's see some names for food in Sanskrit. Okay, so many of you must have learned in the last 2 years how to write the Sanskrit script. What is that? Oh dear.
Devanagari?
Yeah, the Devanagari script. Yes, I don't know why it blanked out. Anyway, so many of you have learned that, so you can take notes how to write aharam. Aharam is food. It's a Sanskrit derived word which is used in many languages like Hindi, Tamil. In many languages we say aharam because it's directly derived from Sanskrit. And for example, the word falari items, phal ahar, right? So what is that? That is a fruit food. That's what you eat on Ekadashi. You say, I eat falari food on Ekadashi. That means you're just going to aharam, palaram. So that's where the word is derived from. So aharam means food. Okay. The other name for food is bakshyam. Bakshya is to eat. Okay, bakshya, bhungta, all this is to eat. Bhuj, this is the root word for eating. So bakshyam, bakshanam, you must have heard of. Bakshanam, generally fried food in some languages, they're called as bakshanam.
Hare
So,
Krishna Mataji.
ah?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
My name is Radha.
Hare Krishna Radha. Welcome. So here we have aharam. The other word would be bakshyam. So would anyone has heard of bakshanam, bakshyam in your native language? No. Okay. What is for eating in Hindi? Can anyone tell me? Khana, right? So you see, it's a similar word. Khadyam means foodstuffs to eat. It's called khadyam. So khana, you say, mujhe khana, what do you say for, I'm going to eat food?
Mujhe khana hai. Mujhe khana hai.
Khana hai. So khadyam, again, the word khana comes from the word khadyam. Kha. Okay, the bigger ka, khadyam, that is foodstuffs. Another one is annam. Everyone knows annam?
Of course. It's rice.
Generally, we say rice is annam. But even in the scriptures, in many places, food in general is also called as annam. Okay, but specifically rice is called as annam, which is correct. Okay, but sometimes a general word annam can also indicate food in general. Okay. Because annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyo anna sambhavaha. Who knows that verse?
I think I know. But
Can you?
I think I know it, but it's not Anusambhava.
Annat bhavanti bhutani.
Oh, Annat Bhavanti Bhutani, but it's not Anusambhava. Annat Bhavanti Bhutani. Yanno
Bhavati parjanyo.
I got it.
Very good. So there you see annam means in general food. Okay, because from food, how is food produced? Food is produced because of rains. From food, people are actually surviving, right? That's what that verse means. So food, there is annam. So annam in specific can mean rice. It can also mean food in general. And this is a very common word, bhojanam. So how many of, you all know bhojan?
I know
right?
I know here too.
Bhojam means, in our language, bhojam means eating or like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my dad usually says it only for dinner.
Only for dinner. Okay. So bhojanam. So you must have heard of most of these words. Bhojanam, annam, khadyam, like khana, khadyam, bakshyam. We say bakshanam for fried food. Generally, that's what we say. Then aharam, ahar. So like these are the different names for food in general. So you can take this, you can write it down. Radha, are you new, Radha? Radha introduced. Okay, good job. Radha, do you know Devanagari script? Have you attended any of the classes?
I already do Sanskrit in a different class on Wednesday.
Okay. So if you know Sanskrit, you
Oh, I
can
know
write down.
Sanskrit Devanagari script, so I can write this.
Very good. So our goal here is, because most of these kids have already learned the Devanagari script 2 years back. So our goal is just to learn some words in Sanskrit so that we can read Srila Prabhupada's books. So we go topic by topic. We have finished different topics like body parts, and then animals, birds, and fruit. So like that, we have finished different sections. So now we are with different kinds of foodstuffs. That's what the kids asked for. So that's what we're doing now. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hmm.
What does Bhakshya mean?
Bhakshyam is to eat. Bhakshya.
And what does
Bhakshya.
Khadya mean, Mataji?
Everything is to eat. Foodstuffs. Bhakshyam. That is, eating the food is called as Bhakshyam. Aharam. Food in general is called as Aharam, Bhakshyam, Khadyam, Annam, Bhojanam. Okay. So these are the different names for foodstuffs in general. Okay. Specific, we are going to go in detail. So the next one. So let's look at some common terms. So this is something you all can guess. So what is for fruit?
Phala.
Phala, very good. So in plural, phalani. Okay, phalani is fruits, or phalam is fruit. So which verse in Bhagavad Gita you see phala?
Patram pushpam phalam
Very good.
Patram pushpam phalam
What is that verse, Shriya?
I don't know, but I heard it.
You heard
If
it?
anyone offers a leaf, water, fruit, with love and devotion, I'll accept.
Okay. Very nice. Very good. Very
There's
good.
another in Bhagavad Gita or in Srimad Bhagavatam. I think it's in Bhagavad Gita, but it is there.
It's
It's something close, like 7th chapter. I don't really remember, but yeah.
Hey, that is in Srimad Bhagavatam. Nigama kalpataror ghalitam phalam shukam kadamritam.
Samhitam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam
So which is the mature fruit?
Mataji, there's another one.
Huh?
There's another one.
There's another one. Okay, I'm not able to remember. Anyway, so you've learned the Nigama kalpataror ghalitam phalam verse. There also you see the mature fruit of all Vedic literature is? What is it? Bhagavatam. Very good. Very good. Okay. So you all know phala. Phala, phalani, you all know that. Okay. So anyone knows the common term for rice? Of course, you all said annam. Is there anything else you can think of?
I have
Mm-hmm.
Odanam.
Odanam, correct. So how many of you have heard of this term dadyodhyam? Dadyodhanam? No?
Daddojanam.
Ah.
Daddojanam.
Daddojanam you have heard in Telugu, right? So do you know where the word is coming from? Dadi means yogurt, Odanam means rice, okay? So it's a derived word, daddojam. That's what you say in Telugu. Even in Tamil, we say dadyodhanam. So Odanam means rice, okay? So Odanam is rice. You can write that down. Then for cooked vegetables like curries, we call this vyanjana. Vyanjana. So here you see a half nya and vya, half v. Half v, ya, half nya, ja, na. Vyanjana. Vyanjana in general means cooked vegetables. Okay. Shakani means vegetables. Green vegetables are generally called as shakani. You must have heard of shak, right? Shak in general is greens.
Mataji, as soon as you said Shakani, I remembered Shakuni.
Shakuni, yes, even I remember Shakuni for the first time I saw that. Yes. Shaka, shakahar. So shakahari means a vegetarian is called as a shakahari. Okay, one who eats vegetables is called a shakahari. So shakani, shak. In Bengali, for greens, they generally call shak. Even in some North Indian languages, they do called greens as shak. So, but generally all vegetables is called as shakani. Okay. Wheat, anyone knows? This is very commonly used. Wheat.
Yeah. Goduma.
Goduma. Yeah. What is it in Hindi?
It's something that's close to whatever. It starts with G basically.
Yeah, Godum. Godum.
No.
No.
I think Gaudam is in Telugu.
Okay, in Telugu, even in Tamil, we say Goduma. Yeah.
We call it Godam Rava instead.
Goduma Rava. Yeah, Goduma Rava is cracked wheat. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Goduma. Goduma is wheat. Okay. And in general, grains are called as dhanyam. So have you heard of this term dhanyam?
Yeah, Danya.
Danyalu, dhanyam. Okay.
Yeah.
So dhanyam. So these are all common terms. In most of your native languages, you would be using these terms. Okay, they're all derived from Sanskrit directly. So let's look at them again. Phala is fruits. Vyanjana is generally cooked vegetable curries are called as Vyanjana. Odana is rice, for example, Dadyodanam. Then Shakani, vegetables. Vegetarian is called as a Shakahari. Shakahari is a vegetarian. Goduma is wheat. Dhanyam in general means grains. So there are different kinds of grains, and all grains in general are called as dhanyam.
Mataji, I just need to write them down.
Write it. Take it up, write it.
Go.
So name some of the dhanyams you have heard of. Do you know any of the dhanyams besides rice and wheat? Is there anything else you know of?
Mataji, beans.
Yeah, beans. Yeah, it's a pulse. We'll see that next after this.
Mataji, I think I know the slogan. Karmajam buddhi yuktai phalam jatta manishina janma.
Shriyan.
Param gachandanamayam.
Very good, Balavranda. Shriyan, are you there? I think he stepped out. Okay, he was asking for the verse. Thank you, Balavranda. Very good. Good job.
Mataji, Shriyan's still there. Oh, his video's on, but he's not there right now.
He's not there. Yeah. Okay, good job. So shall I move on to the next slide? Are you ready, Radha?
Just give me a second.
Sure. Yeah, Shriyan is back. Okay, Shriyan, Balavranda gave the verse. Balavranda, do you want to recite it?
Karmajam buddhi yuktai param jatta manishina janma vinirmukta param gachandanamayam.
See?
There is phala in that.
There is phalam, right?
It was in like the first or second.
Second word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can move on.
Okay. So now milk products. So we are going to get a little excited here because these are some terms you have all heard of. So the very common term for milk is dugdam. So what is milk in Hindi?
Doodh.
Doodh. So where did doodh? Yes, where did doodh come from? It came from the Sanskrit word dugdam. Okay. Dugdam is milk. Doodh. So that is from dugdam. So many of you must have heard the Gita Mahatmya verse. Do you know this verse? Sarvopanishado gavo dugda gopalanandanaha partho vatsa sudhir bhukta dugdam gitamritam mahat. So the Gita Mahatmya that you recite on the advent of the Bhagavad Gita day, which was written by Shankaracharya, he talks about the glories of the Bhagavad Gita. And this is the most famous verse. So what does it say? Sarvopanishado gava dugda gopalanandanaha partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdam gitamritam mahat. So what is the dugdam? It is milk. So what is the milk? Gitamritam. Gitamritam is the milk. So it's a very famous verse where the word dugdam is used. Dogda is to drink a milk. Dugdam is the milk. Okay. So both words are used in this one verse. Now, another word for milk is payaha. Okay. Payaha. Now, can you tell me one item which is made from milk, which is derived from the word payaha? Think about it.
Mataji, pie.
Payasam, yes. Payasam is kheer, right?
Mataji, it's funny because I was thinking about pie.
Very good.
I thought when you first said payasam, I first thought it was pious.
Payas, yes. Payaha, payasam. So from milk, condensed milk with, some flavoring is called as payasam. So we have payaha as another word for milk. Okay, another word is kshira. So tell me, what have you heard of anything from the term shira?
Kshirodakshai Vishnu.
Kshirodakshai Vishnu. Very good. Kshira Sagaram. Where is Kshira Sagar? Kshir Sagar is
Under the world.
Yeah, it's ocean of milk, and that's where Kshirodakshai Vishnu lives.
Mataji, I heard that Earth floats in space, and and then Kshir Sagar resides under Earth. Like if Earth falls down, it's gonna fall down.
Wow, that's interesting, Shreyan.
Kshir Sagar means milk ocean.
Correct. Kshir Sagar means milk ocean. So we saw three names for milk: Dugdam, Payaha, and Kshiram. And we saw how to remember these. For Dugdam, you can remember the Gita-Upanishad verse. For Payaha, remember Payasam. For Kshiram, remember Kshirodakshai Vishnu or Kshir Sagar or the milk ocean. Now there is a river called as Payasvini. Okay. You know why that river is called as Payasvini? Because it is as white as milk. So it's called Payasvini. And there is one text in Srimad Bhagavatam that talks about this river. So anyone wants to read the translation of this verse, 11.5 text 38 to 40? Okay, Krishna Nayana has
Mataji, can I read?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Only the text, or can you also read? Can you also sing the verse?
You can do whatever you want. I want you to read 11.5, 38 to 40. I've written only the English. Read that.
My dear king, the inhabitants of Satyuga and the other ages eagerly desired to take birth in this age of Kali, since in this age there will be many devotees of the Supreme Lord Narayan. These devotees will appear in various places but will be especially numerous in South India. O Master of Men, in the age of Kali, those persons who drink the waters of the holy rivers of Dravida Desha, such as the Tamraparni, Kritamala, Payashwini, and extremely pious Kaveri and Pratachi Mahandi will almost all be pure-hearted devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Kashiraja, Kashirodakshaya.
That you don't have to read. That is just for a clue for you. Okay. So in this verse, you see the river Payasvini. Payasvini means it's also called as the milk river. Okay. So it is directly derived from the word Payaha, which is milk. These are different rivers in South India. Some of the rivers I mentioned, which are not so much heard. We have only heard of Ganges, Yamuna, Narmada. These are the very famous rivers, but there are some rivers in South India too, and these are considered very pure. And one of those rivers is Payasvini, which is also called Palar, which is also, very milky in color. Okay, so the other clue for Shir was Shir Chor Gopinath. Have you heard of the story, Kir Chor Gopinath?
Yes.
Mataji, I was gonna say that, but then I had to go and sharpen my pencil, and then by then you were asking, and then Balavinda told me the verse.
Very good, very good. Okay, so Kshichar Gopinath, what did he steal?
He stole a pot of kheer, and
Kheer.
kheer is made out of milk. So basically, that is connected. And is kheer called kheer?
Yes, Kheer is a derivative of Kshir. Okay, so the word kheer is derived from the word kshir. Next, yogurt. Have you heard of dadi?
Mataji, Telugu.
Yeah,
In
dahi.
Hindi, I think it's
Mataji,
dahi,
in
right?
Hindi it's dahi.
Yogurt.
Yeah, dahi.
Correct. Correct.
Dahi.
Same to dahi.
Exactly. Very good.
Mataji, can I say the verse? I know how to say it.
Okay, say the verse.
क्षीरं यथा दधि विशेषयोगात् सञ्जायते न हि तदा प्रति अस्ति हेत यः सम्भुतम् अपि तथा समुपैति कार्यत् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very good. So where is the word yogurt here?
The second third one. Third word.
Dadi. Correct. In Hindi, it is dahi, right?
Yogurt.
So that's why we saw the example of the dyojam, as you say.
Mataji,
Ah,
it also says syrup, and in the synonyms it says milk for that, and then in the word that for that it says yogurt.
correct, dear. So kshiram is milk, dadi is yogurt. So you found two words that you have already learned, right? You learned kshiram is milk, and you're now learning dadi is yogurt. Okay. Now there is another word for dahi, which is also called as kshirajam. Okay. So in your relationships class, we have learned relationships, right? Like sister, brother, daughter. You remember that class where you learned all relationships in Sanskrit?
Yes.
Yeah, ja means to be born, right? If something is born, for example, we saw in our planets class, Kuja was the name of Mars because Mars is the child of Earth. We saw that. So when you add ja at the end, that means this is born from the source. Okay. Like for example, what did we say? For child, what did we say? Okay, just say for example, Atmaja. We saw this. So one who is born from the self.
For child, did we say mother ja?
Yeah, mother ja, correct. That is how it is. So basically, ja, if you add at the end, it is the child of the source that we are putting in the front. So since yogurt comes from milk, it's a transformation of milk, right? So one of the names of yogurt is kshiraja. Kshirajam is actually yogurt because it came from kshira, which is milk. So this is another word you would find in some verses. If it says, yes, what's your question, Radha?
Well, did you write dadi in like Sanskritam?
Oh, it's not there here, right? Oh, I forgot, right? But you can pick it up here. Oh, we don't have the Sanskrit. Okay. Okay, I'm going to send you the Sanskrit. Maybe in a text message, shall I send you the Sanskrit? My bad.
Can you send it in the chat?
Okay, I'll do that. I'll send it in the chat. Let's see. Thank you for pointing that out. We can pick it up from Google.
Wait, Mataji, I thought the Sanskrit was right below the dadi.
It was there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Even I didn't realize that.
Yes, right under dadi.
It was under the dadi? Okay.
Yeah. It was like, wait.
Oh, it's not there, dear. Okay, here we go. Dadi. Okay.
Okay. That doesn't really. Okay, I can kind of see it.
You can see it. It's
like gray.
It's gray.
Mataji, you can change the color to white.
Yeah, I'll make
Just
it.
highlight it.
Can
Just
you write
double
it in
tap
English
on
too?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mataji, can you write it in English too?
Yeah, it's here. Yogurt. Oh, dadi here. D-A-D-H-I, dadi. Okay. Shrirajam and dadi. Wow. Are we running out of time? Yeah, we are running out of time. So we have to end here.
Mataji,
Yeah.
Krishna has a cow named Dadi, which I think now I understand. I think it has.
Dadi Loba.
Dadi Loba. Dadi Loba means, what is Loba? Loba means what?
Ignorance. No.
Desire. Intense desire is Lobha. So someone
Mataji, I was about to say want, but I guess you've spoken.
yeah. So one who has intense desire to eat a lot of yogurt is called Dadi Loba. One who's very selfish to eat Dadi Loba.
I think she that's why gives her own milk in a bottle and then she drinks it maybe.
Yes. Okay. So we are good. So we are going to end here because the adults have a Gita class, not Gita, a nectar of instruction class now. So we have to unfortunately end, but then we have lots of interesting stuff coming up. We have yogurt rice. We are going to see a verse from Bhagavatam about yogurt rice. And then we are going to do butter, buttermilk, ghee, and lot of other foodstuffs. Okay. So we'll end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyascha Vaishnavebhyo namo.
Yo namo namo anantakoti Vaishnavaniki jai.
Jai Shri Prabhupada ki
Yeah.
jai. All glories to all of you. Hare Krishna.
Bye
Hare Krishna
bye.
Mataji.